to the channel. It's Rad, and today is the full moon in Gemini. It happened in about an hour ago. For what I can see here, a couple of hours ago. And so the period from this full moon to the new moon, which happens on the 19th of December, 15 days, is going to be the subject of tonight's forecast. And the first thing that I'm usually doing, and I'm going to do today as well, that is the collective reading. The cards are also posted on the thumbnail. I'm going to show them to you in any case. So let me just get my camera preview here. So the first one that we have, that is 8 of Wands. Followed by the second card I drew, that is the Queen of Swords. And the third one for the collective, that will be the Moon card. And this phase of the moon, that it is a waning moon. From full to new moon, it's a waning phase of the moon. Is gonna hit us hard, where we struggle a lot, and especially at those fields of life that we do feel very, very uncertain, and as well insecure. Those areas of our lives where we do believe into the doom and gloom, like the things are, you know, hitting the fan, shits are hitting the fan, and it's like there is no salvation anywhere. Such is going to come around, and it will manifest through a person. So someone is going to step in. Could be also some kind of organization as well, that will present us with a few options. Each one of them is going to work to various extents, and it depends on us which option we are going to feel rather comfortable with moving forward. And that will also going to allow us to fix some errors and some mistakes that we have made in the past, and those are exclusive to decisions. So wrong choice, wrong decision, that is something we will be able to take back and right the wrong in that waning phase of the moon. Now the person or the people, the organization that is going to step in for us, their methods are going to seem rather ruthless to us. They're going to seem very excessive, for lack of a better word, but it will work. Their methods are going to work, and at least according to these cards, it's advisable to take advantage of these allies for the next couple of weeks or so. So that was the collective reading. Now there are going to be 12 readings, just like this one, and I'm going to run down the ecliptic. I'm going to start with Aries, and I'm going to end up with Pisces. Hello, Taco. Welcome to the stream. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below, and there at the very front page you can see full list of my services and as well their pricing. Other than that, if you do enjoy the show and you do wish to support it, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal. Anyone who does so is going to have a personalized reading at the end of the stream, just like Taco did. Taco, thank you for the $22.22. Thank you, Taco. You're already in the list, mate, so let me fix it. And at the end of the stream, you're going to have personalized reading, how this phase of the moon is going to affect you, what's going to happen to you, and so on and so forth. So starting up with the first star sign, that will be Aries, and you can keep up what star sign I'm reading for through the illustration and the glyph being on my right hand side right there. So let me shuffle. Right, so these are the cards for Aries. Those three, it's a huge disagreement that will be the main subject of this waning moon with a person that just doesn't want to change ways. Uh, through probably is going to be second opinion, really. So you getting a second opinion from somewhere, realizing it's not even a mistake, realizing inefficiency at work or in your methods, you know, in your relationship, for example, and you want to make the people involved uh, change, you know, ways, change methods, so the whole endeavor and whole enterprise can become more and more efficient, more effective, and lead to better results. And that waning moon is just these 15 days, at least according to these cards. You wouldn't be able to get through these people, although there are going to be others which are heretofore uninvolved, which can be involved, and they are going to listen. So it all comes to that, how pressed you are with time, whether you want to change teams, swap sides in the next couple of weeks, or you can afford wait for a little bit longer until those that you're working with, going out with, associating yourself with, are going to be ready to listen. In these couple of weeks, these people are just not going to listen, so all of your efforts to bring some sense into their minds, wasted. Hey Jasmine, welcome to the stream. Okay, next one, that will be Taurus. Jasmine, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Jasmine. Let me put you into the list, and at the end of the stream, you are going to have your personalized reading. What's going to happen to you due the waning phase of the moon, and how that event is going to affect your life. Okay, so oh my god, all right. So for Taurus, those are the cards: Ten of Swords, the Hierophant, and Temperance. A rough couple of weeks. That is because there are going to be some, I don't want to say really betrayals. What is going to turn out is that people you thought are seeing things your way is going to turn out that that is not exactly the case. And also people that you thought you can rely on is going to turn out that this is not exactly the case. And in more than one occasions in the next couple of weeks, because of it, you are going to end up being in a pickle and just having to acquiesce to certain circumstances, and to also the different view and the different opinion that those people you thought are going to take your side aren't taking your side. Best thing you can do, at least according to these cards here, Taurus, is just, it's not even moving on. It's like, it's very difficult to describe it. It's like accepting that it is what it is, and that it's not changing, okay, that there is a certain loss involved, like, you know, loss in trust, which is going to be the primary thing here. Also loss in friends, loss in partners, and just keep on toward the future, because yes, you're going to take a hit for what it seems, but it's not going to be a devastating one. And after that, at least according to these cards, the situation in your life should start improving. So that is one of the last punches you're gonna take that this year has for you. Okay, next, Gemini. We have Queen of Wands, the Chariot, and the Fool. Well, that's going to be a strong one for Gemini. Where do I start from? It's a very big breakthrough. So what happens here, Gemini, is that you're going to end up in a difficult situation that doesn't necessarily affect you directly. That may be that the business you're working with is going to end up in a difficult situation, or the social circle you are in is going to end up being in a difficult situation. All right, so it doesn't have you don't have to be the main character of it, but you're going to become one. And the reason for it is because you're going to have the answer for how to get out of this difficult situation. So what is going to come out of that is that this performance you're going to make that is going to save the day, because that is exactly what we're talking about here. You're going to save the day at work, save the day in your relationship or with a friend you have, whatever the case, is going to open you a lot of doors. And there are going to be, from there on moving forward, certain possibilities that weren't available to you up until this point. And while for the rest of the world, for your boss, for your colleagues, for example, for your friends, your performance seemed kind of like a miracle, that you have done a very difficult maneuver, for example, for a very short period of time. To you, it will be rather easy. And it's just a couple of weeks where you will simply going to prevail, and you're going to make people like it, whether they like it or not. I don't know exactly how to even explain it, but it's a week of a very, very strong breakthrough and huge win that you are going to accumulate. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yasmin. You're already in my list. I haven't removed you from it. So at the end of the stream, you're going to have a personalized reading on what is going to happen to you due that waning phase of the moon and how that event is going to affect your life. So moving next, we have Cancer. Ten of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Difficult one for Cancer as well. What is going to end up happening here is within some kind of a partnership. It could be business partnership, it could be romantic partnership, but what is going to turn out here is that the person you are partnering with has a lot more to gain from the whole endeavor than you do. And basically, it's kind of like they're winning things on your expense. And it will become way too obvious for that situation simply to stand. So I think that we're talking here about a separation purely on a moral basis, right? That you just can't allow to be made a fool of. And simply you are going to walk away. Now, just because you're walking away, that doesn't mean that you're going to be in a bad spot. On the contrary, it does look like that you are going to walk away with a lot of resources on your disposal, like walk away with your money, with your time, with your skills, that you can invest in a much, much better enterprise, after you liberate yourself from this leeching one, because that is exactly what it is. It leeches, your resources. Okay, next one, that will be Leo. Those are the cards for you, Leo. Three of Cups, Temperance, and then it is the Fool. It's a difficult one. Give me a minute. It's a social circle thing. This waning phase of the moon is going to hit you there harder. In terms of hitting, it's not going to be an unpleasant thing. Basically, it's a sieving what happens. So throughout this waning phase of the moon, next couple of weeks, through a not supernatural, but very natural processes, um, the people that you are keeping contact with are going to be sieved, and these which are not, let's put it that way, sharing your view and your point, they're going to start distancing themselves from you. And while at the start of this waning phase of the moon, you may end up being or feeling rather despondent because there are fewer and fewer people that you can, take advantage of or make use of or just talk with. Those that are going to be left around are people that truly share, again, your vision, your agenda, and also your emotions. And when you surround yourself only with those kind of individuals, then you're going to start seeing the very first results of things you started, like business ventures that you have started, like some kind of personal enterprise that you have started, and so on and so forth. So bottom line here is that you're going to stop wasting your time with the people that just simply don't want to be a devoted part of your life. Okay, next one, it's Virgo. Those are your cards. So we have the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Eight of Pentacles. It's a massive win, a huge triumph. So not just only you are going to destroy your competition or your rivalry, whatever the case, but also the win, the results of that win are going to end up being exactly those that you wish to have. Exactly the payment that you wish to have, exactly, the person that you wish to have, whatever the case, whatever you are fighting for right now, or the peace that you wish to have. And the reason that you are going to accomplish that triumph isn't going to be because you deserve, because it's meant for you to have a triumph, but it's going to be because you are going to deserve it. Through your, say, meticulous calculation and also the planning and the preparation that you have done. And you are the only one to be thanked for it. What I mean is that you don't have to share the spoils with anyone else. By the end of these couple of weeks, you are going to end up feeling super, super proud of yourself. Now, there is a one specific interpretation for people that are single. Those cards have a specific manifestation, and that is that if you go out for a couple of times and you just display that you're single, like dress a bit more provocative, just send a message into the universe that you're single and that you're ready to start dating again. In no time, there are going to be people that want to do that with you, like to date, to go out with, to get to know you better. And you shouldn't rush it. Like, you shouldn't get committed right away with someone, but explore your options. And if you end up kind of like settling on someone, give that relationship a bit of time, the very least, to get to know each other a little bit better. But for those of you who are single, Virgo, due that waning phase of the moon, you will have no problem attracting suitors. The only thing you gotta do is just send that message to the universe that you are ready to start dating. Downloading a dating app and making a profile there, it's also a good way to do that. It's just, you need to make the very first tiny step, and then it's going to be like a snowball. You are going to have a suitors left, right, and center. Okay, next, that will be Libra. Three of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Two of Wands. Right, so I know for a fact that people don't like me saying those things, but this waning phase of the moon, you will receive a lot of support. The problem is going to be that this support will be in terms of criticism. Very, very valid and very constructive criticism. Basically, you will be pointed out what you are doing wrong, whether with your workout, whether with your diet, whether with the way you conduct your business, and this criticism is going to come from a renowned, I would say, people that had achieved quite a lot into the field, that you are doing something wrong. Should you accept it as a constructive criticism, make a note of it and try to improve on it. This is going to make those people form an alliance with you, something like a quite a fruitful cooperations and quite a fruitful conversations as well, through which you are going to end up with a lot of ideas. You're going to end up with a lot of material to work with. That will not just only going to open your eyes for the subtleties out there, how to actually be special in that field, but also is going to allow you to make a long-term plans and prepare for a future difficulties and challenges that are inevitable to arise along the path that you have taken toward a personal rise. Okay, next, Scorpio. Those are the cards for Scorpio. So we do have the Fool, the Empress, and Seven of Pentacles. It's a relinquishing. What it's going to turn out is that something ain't going to worth it anymore for us. That could be a business project, you know, it could be some kind of a dream as well, or some kind of a goal. It has nothing to do with emotions. It's more of a material investment, like time, like efforts, like, if you will, money. And it relates to our comfort as well. It's just where I'm going to feel comfortable anymore investing, for example, in this stock or in that real estate, and so on and so forth. So what will happen here is that a lot of resources are going to be unchained by us stop putting them into, you know, that venture. We can now redirect them into something else, and that something else actually have the potential, is going to have the potential to grow very, very big. Now for some it's going to grow big, for others not, but it has that potential. How well we are going to unfold that potential and develop that potential is going to be based on how much this new venture is attuned to our muse and how creative we are with it, and also how playful we are with it. It will be a brand new one. What I mean is that it's going to have nothing to do with anything we have done up until this point. So it will be very interesting, and it will be also a very passionate, but in the same time, it will be kind of chaotic and turmoilish. And in generally, it is going to keep some embers under our heels. Okay, next one, that will be Sagittarius. Those are the cards here. Queen of Cups, King of Cups, and Three of Pentacles. It's love. The waning phase of the moon is going to make someone truly lay it out for you. And the follow-up is going to be some kind of proposal. So bottom line here is that around you there is a person who is, I don't want to say just only into you. It's kind of difficult to describe. It's a person that finds you very special, and it feels you. It's so, and yeah, it has a deep emotions towards you, and this waning phase of the moon is going to flush them out. It's gonna happen through some kind of proposal. This person is gonna propose exclusively something to you, and that is how you are going to realize who that is, whether it's a woman, whether it's a man. And as a result, there is going to be a lot of talks, whether and how things can work in between you two, what kind of a future you can have, and also what can work and what cannot work. So there is going to be also a criticism as well involved, and all that is going to be bubbled in discretion. Therefore, no one else is going to know or has to know what you feel for each other, because at least at first, the very least, you're going to have an interest to listen to the woman or to the man, because you know their approach and their attitude, it's just going to be too kind to be rejected. But you can have a really emotionally fulfilled future with that one if you play your cards right. Capricorn next. Three of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Two of Pentacles. It relates to your work, and basically within this waning phase of the moon, the people that you're going to work with uh, are going to be pleasant. It's simply you're going to feel a lot of pleasantry, and I would say, well, I can't really say happiness, but it's just you're going to be quite pleased in general to work with them, with your coworkers, with your clients as well. There are going to be a lot of talks. Also, what can how far you can go. You know how far you can go with that client, how big of a deals you can strike with them, and so on and so forth. For those of you who are seeking for work and for job within these 15 days, the best chance you got is through a friend, someone to find you a job. Like whenever there is an open place into the company they're working with, to make you know about it and apply for it and so on and so forth. And also with the people that you are working with in general, there is going to be a minor changes of conduct, like some changes to the contract you have signed with a client, or some changes into the schedule you do have with a coworker, that are going to prove themselves very, very efficient and very gainful as well. Next one, that will be Aquarius. All right, those are the cards. Okay, well, I can say that those of you who are looking for a match or a business partner, you're about to find one. But you gotta be very careful with them, because these aren't gonna be people to be trifled with in different ways. Other than that, within this waning phase of the moon, someone is about to clear a space for you. No different than a coworker who is taking some of your responsibilities, like at the place you are working. The management is hiring someone new that is taking off some responsibilities, some tasks you have, and now you do have a lot of space or much more space to rework your schedule and to start a new challenges. And that is kind of advisable for you to set on a some kind of a new goal that is a long-term one, so you can chase, so you can improve, so you can learn, right? And so you can acquire a certain skills. It's important that task or this challenge, new challenge, I'm sorry, it's something that you do feel quite enthusiastic and also passionate about. The best thing you can do here is to attune it to some kind of a hobby you have or some kind of a passion that you do have. The new person that is going to show up, that is going to take responsibilities off your shoulders, it's a very, very capable one. And for now, it doesn't happen to be a competition of yours. And last but not least, that will be Pisces. These are cards you're going to end up being a very, very busy at all fronts. That is, at work, in your love life, if you do have one, in your social, within your family as well, because there is going to be a lot being expected of you. And the mindset of the people around it is that it is your duty to do this thing and to do that thing. And basically, within these couple of weeks, you barely are going to find time for yourself. And not all of what you are asked to do that you will find yourself not being able to decline is going to be something you would like. But you will be able to manage, right? You will be able to handle it all. And the main reason or the name of that game is going to be time management. And at the end, an amazing rewards are waiting for you there. So, for example, if that is within your career and you end up handling the tasks and the responsibilities of a coworker of yours because your boss asked you and you can't really decline, by the end you can expect, say, a raise, say, a promotion, something of the sorts. But that doesn't change the fact that the next couple of weeks are going to be freaking crazy, and you there is a big chance you will burn out, like being very, very tired towards the end, because it will be a couple of weeks of constant demands that you can't simply decline. Right, so that was for the 12. And now the super chat. First one goes Taco. Those are the Lenormand cards, mate. and it's some sort of commitment about a real estate, and this commitment comes from a loyal person, like a friend, someone that is very loyal to you. Let's see how this is going to affect your life. Those are the cards, the tarot cards. Give me a second. This commitment is gonna force you to make split-second decision, like with a snap of your fingers. But it will solve a lot of questions and concerns that you do have. It does look like a rent, something like it. Maybe someone is gonna commit living with you and splitting the rent, or someone is gonna rent a property you have, something like that. And you are gonna have to decide whether you take it or you don't. Both options carry on pros and cons. Now, if you don't take it, that's loss of money, so to speak, in either way, will be for a long time. If you do take it, though, is going to be one more person that you are gonna have to a certain extent, obey with and taking care of as well. So there is no wrong or right decision in that particular case. It all comes to that what you are prepared for. But it is a long-term commitment. Okay, so if it is someone that rents a place you have or a property you have, their intentions is to do it for a long term. Or if it is someone that wanna come and live with you, like share the rent, again, it's an intention for a long time. But the whole thing is that it will earn you money if you do take on the deal. Also, that may speak for if you are looking to buy a property, that someone you can trust will have a good offer for you. That is also a way how those cards can be interpreted. Okay, next one, that will be Jasmine. Those are the tarot cards. The main event for you, Jasmine, in this waning phase of the moon is going to be a phone call. Could be numerous phone calls, but the person is going to be the same. You do have some kind of a relationship with that person. I don't know whether it is a man or a woman, but thus far the relationship is kind of, say, immature, say incomplete. And through these phone calls, this immaturity, that incompletion is going to be sorted out. There are going to be some, I would say, stipulations or boundaries, not boundaries, limits, kind of like limits that are going to shape the relationship in between you two with that individual, which will allow that relationship to now become or start running forward in a powerful drive. It will become more pleasant to be a part of, it will become more enjoyable, and it will become way more effective. That may be a relationship you have with a client, for example, or with someone that you work for or work with, or someone that you date with. The thing is that think of the relationship that, you know, there are a lot of things you want to say, the other person is not in the mindset to listen to it. Well, they are going to be, and those things are going to be said through a phone call. Okay, and last but not least, that will be Yasmin. Bonuses, Yasmin. You will receive a bonus, money. It will be a monetary one. Let's see what kind of effect it's going to have on your life, but you know, I reckon it's going to be a great one. The other way to look at those cards is spending money on gifts, but I don't think so. It's, let's have a look with the tarot cards. Yeah, it is. Those are the cards. I do believe it's bonuses. Or it could be also salary increase, something of it, or something like it, that will solidify your place at work, but also is going to put some additional load on your shoulders, like some additional tasks that you are going to have to take on. And here the situation is the same as one of the star signs, that you wouldn't be able to reject them. The thing is that first you are going to be rewarded, and then after you take the reward, these kind of like, you know, new duties are going to be allocated to you, and it's kind of like you will feel like you can't decline those new duties. Now, fear not, yeah, you may end up being a bit more busy than before, but that will prove itself being very helpful to you, because it will allow you to accumulate even bigger fruits of and more fruits of your labor. It just is going to happen rather slowly, and to top it all off, it will make your time at work a bit more enjoyable and a bit more interesting, at least at first. But it does look like that we do have a bonuses, money delivered through bonuses, through gifts, something of it. And yeah, I do really hope that they are sufficient enough. So yeah, that's gonna do it for tonight, guys and girls. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your generosity. We're going to see each other next time, which is going to be Sunday. Until then, bye.